So we can check out our current standings here. We can see that round 1, Hayden goes through, Luke goes through, and Jackson has gone through. Single elimination, best of match of out of 3. Excuse me.
See you guys. Thanks for coming out. Drive safe. We have Jackson Booth and Jackson Combs coming up here, and so this is our first semifinal matchup. So that's going to put Hayden and Luke against each other in the semifinal here, which
I think everybody's going to be happy about that. Hayden and Luke have been great.
Yeah, possible grand final matchup, but I guess not, because it's just how the tournament has worked out. Yes, so I'm not sure exactly. We can ask Jacob, our tournament manager. Have Hayden and Luke played yet? Who did Luke lose to? He had one loss on his record. In the group stage. I can't look back at it right now. Sadly. Where's Luke? We can ask him.
Yeah, not right now. So the Battle of the Jacksons about to start here.
The Battle of the Jacksons.
Third player almost joined into the game there. So both Jacksons. I'm about to get confused. That's okay.
Who's going to be in the final? There might be a Zelda.
3, 2, 1, go!
Zelda. Jackson versus Jackson. This is going to be really confusing.
So Jackson's doing good so far.
Jixie and Jackson. How do you cast a game? The two same people with the same name.
I'm just gonna watch.
We're just gonna say Zelda.
Just gonna
with a
watch.
Nice
Zelda's
Zelda
doing
with
great.
the smash. Zelda. What are the odds of that? Very interesting. So, all right.
Jackson beat Jackson.
Jackson beat Jackson. So
And
a nice
quick stock
smash.
by Jackson.
Yeah, quick smash. So if I recall, I think Jixie was in our last tournament and made it to the semifinals. I don't believe he made it through to the final. I know Dylan, who will be playing in our college tournament later, he'll be here, and then Luke was also in there. And so,
Yes.
if I recall, Hayden made it to the semifinals last year. So some of the returning people, 3 of the same 4. So we have
Hayden only lost to Luke, I believe.
in the last tournament. So this is a grudge match. So good competition here, good fun. We're not going to do a third, fourth place match, unfortunately, because you don't win anything in third place.
No.
Except for victory points.
Some victory point. Internet fake points.
Internet fake points. So Jixie making quick work right now of Jackson.
Yeah. And again, a lot of fans for Jixie in the chat right now.
Lots of fans for Jixie in the
Jixie
chat.
is a crowd favorite right now.
Yes. You can just say like, go Jackson. Okay, so there's the first stock. It just slays me that move kills. So fun fact of the day, you can pocket the giant with Isabel and Villager, the giant guardian sword guy, which is very fun to do. So nice up smash here. We're going to see, almost lands it here. Jackson kind of in trouble here, down 107% on last stock, but making a good comeback here. Going for a nice little up. Oh, he almost lands it, and that is going to be
that's
a
the
punish.
first round right there.
Jixie with the quick finish. So that puts our man Jixie Jackson up 1-0.
I see. I'm glad that you're helping me
I mean,
say
I
it
don't
out
even
loud.
know
It's
if they're on the right sides. Jackson
we'll just
Booth
hope that's right.
up 1-0. So that is just
And it looks like they're just going to run it back.
Run it straight back, Zelda v Zelda. I did enjoy the Big Blue music on the last one. Fan favorite, personally, myself. Now we are on to the underwater theme from Super Mario. We got some beautiful green platforms for a lovely death match.
Lovely death match between Jackson and Zelda and Zelda.
Well, the good confirmation is, for you Zelda fans out there, we will have a Zelda in the final.
Yes.
Unless they change characters, which
it's possible.
I doubt it.
I doubt
at
it.
this point. So Jixie out to a quick start again.
Taking an early lead here from Jackson on the ledge.
Nice little side-step dodge from Jixie there. I'd say you still feel each other out a little bit, but after playing a 3-stock match, you can have some sort of an idea of how the other person plays. Bada boom, a nice little up smash. That is a tough move to predict, right? You don't know where they're going to land. I guess you can move yourself, but it's very interesting. Oh, now we're switching it to the banjo in the background.
I like it.
Here. I'm a big music fan. And
perfect fighting music.
yes, we got it. I mean, for where we're at in Southwest Virginia, this is it, right?
Princesses somehow fit in there, somehow. But
yes. Oh, and a nice back air from Jackson.
Dixie.
And now this one's a little
pretty close. Yeah.
They felt each other out a little bit.
Absolutely. Jackson's
Getting each
making
other's
good
playing
adjustments
styles
here.
figured out a little bit, and Jackson has come alive after the first round was a little bit not his best performance of the day, probably, but now we're at a pretty even match. So we'll see. Go for the reverse sweep here, see if he can turn it around.
So, Spike, I saw your question in the chat here, actually. No, there are no rematches. We're just doing a best of 3.
Yes, so we moved on to best of 3 instead of just
So if Jackson Booth takes this, the game between Jackson and Jackson is over.
Yes, Cake Edge, you are correct.
Cake's got it figured out in that. Cake Edge.
Yes. All right, so Jixie takes the next stock.
Looking good for
Jackson
Jixie
on his
right now.
tournament stock here. If he loses this, he's out. But he's got 79%. He's got a shot here. He's just got to get a quick kill here and then turn it around for this last play. Jixie trying to make sure that does not happen. Both missing on the up B there. Neutral B from Zelda. One of the most annoying moves probably in the whole game. Can't really do anything about it.
And there
it
is.
It's going to do it. So Jixie, a.k.a. Jackson Booth, has punched his way to the grand finals.
So we have a Jackson in the finals, and we have a Zelda in the finals.
So.
Okay, perfect.
All right, so now we move on to our second semifinal matchup.
So we're just going to get some things adjusted here.
Hayden and Luke.
Hayden and Luke, possibly the 2 best records, right? Of the day.
So Luke has 1 loss on the day, I believe. I'm not sure who he lost to. Luke, do you have a loss on the day? So you lost to Jackson Booth. Okay, so so Hayden is currently undefeated, but if you paid attention to our last year's tournament, Hayden's only loss in the tournament, which knocked him out, was to our eventual champ, Luke. And so these guys have been playing Smash against each other for a while here, so this should be a good matchup here for sure. I think this will be a fun one. I think this one has a chance to go the distance to 3 games, but we'll see what happens here. So Luke trying to avenge his title from last year, not to put any pressure on him, and Hayden trying to avenge his loss for the title, to even get a chance at the title from last year. So no surprise here, Luke Gamer's going with his full reliable Link, and we have Hayden going on his old reliable Pokemon trainer. So we are good to go. We're going to send it off here. So a nice friendly handshake between 2 strong competitors.
So this is a good match. This is
this is
probably the most interesting one for sure.
So we'll have to see what happens here.
2, 1, go!
All right, current defending champ versus a very strong competitor.
I have never made it past the semifinal round, but I can tell you from my experience in tournaments in the semifinals, I'm always like shaking a little bit, very jittery, and it usually takes me a good stock or 2 to get into the tournament.
Into the zone, until you're feeling
like
it.
I
understand.
have my feet on the ground.
Absolutely.
So Luke out to a quick start here. He's clearly undefeated. Yeah, I've said it a lot. I'm sorry, chat. You didn't know he is undefeated up to this point. The cruelty, though, of this tournament is it is almost an SD there. Survives it. It is single elimination at this point. So
having a rough start here for Hayden, who is going under Jackson
right now. Gives himself an SD.
SD.
He tries to. The guess it'd be just an air dodge onto the ledge, doesn't quite make it. So Hayden looking very confident on Squirtle here. Surprised by his first choice to go with Ivysaur to start. See, as you can see now, he's kind of putting on the damage with the Squirtle.
Absolutely,
so,
he's been good with Squirtle all day.
Yeah, I mean he's been well. He's done well with all of them, but you've seen the most Squirtle play throughout this whole time. So Luke looking strong so far. It's a nice little advantage here. That's gonna hurt, especially for a light character like Squirtle. Go through it. Oh, he survives 2 of them, and then he gets hit by the last one. So.
He's doing okay damage, but they're equal and not equal in stocks.
Yes,
So
maybe it's because he's playing under the Jackson tag instead of his
that's
own
not going to
tag,
help him out.
But who knows? So once again, Luke
Can't
using
escape
his
the
common
range.
strategy with just the relentless projectiles. Almost looked like kill percent there, but not quite. So just mistimes the water gun attack. Can't quite land it.
Oh, and
And
an
a 3-1
unfortunate
advantage here.
3-1 stock.
So he moves to the Charizard. He says,
Going
no
for
luck
the
with
damage.
Ivysaur, no luck with Squirtle. I'm moving on. Just like that, kaboom. You have a stock here.
So we'll see what Hayden can do here
Hayden's
with
in
his
a hole.
final stock.
But he can come back.
Getting some easy damage in there.
Uh-oh, and
Oh, and might
I
have.
think he'll be able to make it back.
He
from
has
that.
made
Oh,
it back.
gets
The
blown.
bomb
Oh, and he,
helps.
nice, good air dodge through the bomb. That could have been bad. The crowd is divided into 2 camps. So he's even trying. He can't get anything through these arrows and these bombs and these boomerangs. Luke is just relentless on these stages here. So at this point with Jackson, with Hayden up to so much percentage, even the arrows are doing tons of damage. So a nice little
It's the
37
side
damage. Unfortunately, that
dash,
move
yeah.
does damage to Charizard
Yes.
as well. But at this
Up
point,
to 179 is not
180
looking
damage,
really good.
I don't think you really care at this point. Just going
do
for it
whatever you
any way
can.
you can get a kill.
And there it is.
So he
Luke able to
shields
steal
through
the
it.
first round.
Gets through the first round.
So Hayden looks to his friends here.
They're looking for advice. Should I play someone else? What should I keep doing here?
Let's see what they go to.
So we got some love in the chat for Luke and for Hayden.
Seems like it's pretty split down the middle.
Split down the middle here. So he is switching to, oh, he's going to play Mega Man,
Ryu.
Obviously here, no change from Luke, sticking
That's
with
a
the
strong
more
choice.
reliable. Hayden might want to change his name from Jackson. Maybe that was the bad luck here. I know I have like 15 tags that I use, but I like to have them all.
Hayden IRL has
So he's going
arrived.
projectiles versus projectiles.
All right. I know Jacob's a fan of Snake here, so
So we got the Snake out. He says he's got Snake versus Link, projectiles versus projectiles. This
Yeah.
is going to be interesting.
didn't pick the leopard print skin though.
I know
so.
leopard print skin is obviously a fan favorite, but already a
All right,
grenade and a
Luke taking
boomerang and an
the
arrow.
early
An arrow
damage.
sticking out of his head. Is that too violent? Maybe.
I mean, it's part of the game. Is that too violent?
Our
Maybe.
first snake sighting, I will say, other than Lucas.
We haven't seen many snakes today.
So far the switch not working out for Hayden, unfortunately, because he's down quite a bit of percentage. It's a nice little thing. I guess it'd be a grenade.
This is his final chance. He cannot lose.
He's on the tournament stock here, but
Tournament game.
Tournament game. Not quite on his tournament stock yet. Tournament stocks, plural.
Stocks.
Yeah.
Stocks. Luke
So he
with the
swings
early
1,
stock
2,
here.
3 on that. Link with some of the most brutal attacks in the game.
He really rocketed that bomb
I mean,
there.
you can dodge 2 attacks, and it goes 1, 2, and you get hit by the third one, and it's just as much.
Hayden getting some damage here, though. He really needs this.
Oh, so he tries
Dodged
to
the
lob
arrow.
Lob the grenade over the arrow. Snake has some interesting aerial attacks. He's going to have to land something to get a kill.
Luke able to roll dodge to the other side.
Luke is just
Easily there.
continuing to use the bombs, the arrows. I mean, personally, I don't know what I would be doing. Maybe play a fox or something, which I'm terrible.
Gonna try the choke.
Try some reflection. I know last year in the tournament, Dylan tried to use a wolf, and it didn't work out for
He
him.
switched to wolf last second.
Luke is good with the projectiles. There's no doubt about that. See, once
Hayden's
again, he
last
dodges
chance here.
1, 2,
He
gets hit
cannot
by the
lose
third.
this stock. Just missed the grab there.
Look, it's blown up by his own grenade. Oh, and a nice roll. The snake, that might be it there. That can't quite make
and
it
gets a
back.
stock on him, so he can make some work with this here.
Yeah,
He
so
really needs it.
he's down, but we'll see what he can do here coming back. Throws a
It
grenade.
is Range City right now. Got behind him there. Throws that
Snake's F
sword
smash
down.
is so slow.
Yeah.
Like it's really tough. Oh,
Ooh,
landed right in
just
front of
misses
him.
the rocket, and that is
Dash attack will
bad.
send him into the clouds.
He's gone.
Hayden down to
Luke's
his
sitting in a
last
really good
stock.
spot here. It's a strong competitor.
Using the next snap. Is that too violent?
It's just MMA. He's doing
It's just
jiu-jitsu.
MMA.
Yeah. He's just got to tap.
Oh, it shields through it, but he gets to
Do it.
kick off.
Having a little bit of a little breath of life in here. He knows this is his last chance.
He says, I'm not playing
He
games
is not
anymore."
out yet.
He had him going there with projectiles of his own.
Doing work
all
with the
day.
grenades, though. The projectile, he's starting to figure it out here.
Oh,
Would be a
so
huge
tough.
comeback. Taking a lot of damage, though.
Hashtag nerf that move. Oh,
Gets
he
the
blows him
rocket.
up with the rocket. He's gonna try and
Got
get
a
him
chance here.
Oh!
And there it is! Big move for Hayden.
Hayden with a
Hayden
nice.
is not out yet.
So he this time.
Oh,
he
the
shields through all of
MMA!
it.
Oh!
Getting him with the combos here.
He is coming back strong here.
Will he get him?
A huge comeback in the making.
So the action slowed down a little bit. Hayden with some combos here early in the beginning of the stock to give himself a fighting chance. Taking swords to the side there. Arrows in his knees. Snake with one of the best recoveries in the game. Not going to get killed on
Taking
the
a
bottom.
lot of damage here. Pretty high.
That's gonna be
127.
it.
Oh! He's still in it!
He's still alive!
Oh! And that's game.
That's it.
What a great showing,
Hayden
though.
unfortunately
Both
eliminated
players.
and Luke still in the game. Yes. So it looks like our final will be Luke and Jackson, which if you earlier in the standings, Jackson gave Luke his only loss. And so we'll have Jixie and Luke Gamers. Big round of applause for Hayden. I mean, you guys can play a third, fourth place match on the other screens if you want, but it's all good.
Alrighty, Luke, we're gonna have you sit on the right, and Jackson, you on the left. You guys have any preference for controller? Okay, cool.
All right, so we move on to our final match of our high school tournament. So our defending champion, Luke, trying to go ahead and defend his title and get himself a nice $50 gift card and a belt. Versus Jixie, which, correct me if I'm wrong, Jackson, did you went to the semifinals in the last tournament, correct? Yeah. So he made it to the semifinals, now has moved on to the finals, and is getting some love from his former partner, Dylan, who, Dylan, if you don't know in the chat, he lost to Luke last year in the final in a barn burner of a match, and so he's rooting on his friend here, which I think they're all friends. So we move on to the final, and I'm going to have it.
Ready.
Okay, hold on. Link versus Zelda. Is this even possible? Because Link is saving Zelda in all the other games. I don't know how this can work. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are off to the races here with our grand final.
3, 2, 1, go!
So as I talked about earlier, Luke did have a loss in the group stage, and it was to Jackson. And so he's beat him once before. It was just a one-time deal. We'll see if he can do it again, or if Luke can come back and defend his title. So already, obviously, Zelda has the reflector, which can reflect all of these
Good choice
projectiles.
against Link, if you ask
Yes.
me.
So a good counter
Luke,
for sure.
Luke really relies on those projectiles. So,
You have to
great
change your
choice.
game a little bit, right?
Absolutely.
That's the thing that's cool about Smash Bros. It's all about matchups, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, picking your character is very important.
I'm not sure if Jackson and Hayden played, but Hayden was undefeated, and so if they did play, he beat him. So it's just all about matchups and where you play each other and this and that. What was that? They did play? All right, so interesting times here. So Luke here, down in this stock, he's 143 damage. Jixie using his own projectiles against Luke, and Luke cannot.
It's the stock.
He's
okay.
having trouble setting up his style.
Gets the
here.
stock on him.
Jackson's keeping the relentless pressure on him. Luke having a hard time getting all this stuff set up. Yeah, so Zelda's a great counter, right? A good pick.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I guess we'll see what happens here. So Zelda playing very passively at the moment. Luke trying to go ahead and get a kill. Up smash not quite working here. But 101 damage.
Yep.
teleporting
go.
in. If he can time that right, he can punish that teleport with an easy kill. So we'll just have to see what happens.
Ooh,
Unfortunately,
great move by Zelda.
the teleport does damage if you don't
Does
time it
Zelda
right.
port.
So he'll have to shield through it and then hit the smash, which is very hard to do under pressure in a tough spot. But
got a
Luke's
lot of
definitely
damage
not
at
out
this
of it. A lot of match left. Zelda's got some good recovery here.
He's able to defend
Shield
that well.
through it. Almost breaking shield. He's close. He's almost lost the shield. There we
Both
go.
guys dodging
Luke
at the
gets the
same
stop
time.
back.
Luke kept behind him.
64-0. So you gotta play differently
Really-
when you have higher damage.
Yes.
So you gotta be a little bit less risky, but you also you gotta go for your kills.
So 99. He's probably feeling pretty good about that. 120.
That won't kill, but having to fight to make it back. Dodging the giants. That's a great ledge guard right there. You just put up this gigantic soldier with a huge sword.
That helps.
So, interestingly enough, there's not a whole lot of ledge guarding going on from either player. Like,
No, they're staying relatively in the middle.
Jackson is very content to just sit there and let him hang out. Oh, hits him.
Oh, great
wow.
move, the teleport.
What a move right there. So Luke goes for the bomb smash. It doesn't work out for him, and he's down to his last stock in this game 1 of the finals. But
Bouncing that
Jackson's
boomerang
at
a
kill
lot.
percent. Oh, very close. So if Luke can land something here, he'll have a shot to kill him.
Definitely not a blowout.
Oh, not at all.
Not a blowout.
I think this will go 3. Yeah, pretty much evened up here. 20
Back
20 damage
to
is 2
even.
hits, and so you don't know. You never know. 1 bomb, and we're back to even. So now Luke has kind of adapted to the teleport. You see that he's getting a little bit better with
He's
it.
figuring
not-
out. The
not
next
falling
round
to
will be
it.
very interesting.
Yeah,
See if they pick the same
assuming everyone
people.
stays, which they play the same characters.
They
the whole
likely will.
tournament. Zelda getting cheap percentage, cheap easy percentage right there. Oh, that could have been a chance for a punish. It always stinks when you miss the ledge.
Absolutely.
Right, you try to go for the recovery, you miss the ledge, you're totally vulnerable. It looks like Jixie's in the commander seat
Throwing
here.
the
Oh,
knight out. Done great work with that. Keeping him away from the ledge here.
looks like he'll make it back, but he is vulnerable. He hits him with the sword.
And there it is.
Boom. Just like
Jixie
that.
takes the first
Jixie
round.
has taken the first round.
from
Looks
our
a
former
little
champion.
uncomfortable here, but he'll be fine. Jixie with a nice little kill there, nice little finish, but
So
you
we'll
know,
see if they
Luke's
stay
got
with
the championship experience. So you,
Yes, he does.
I mean,
We'll see
you
if they
can't count him
stay
out.
with the same characters here. Watch their picks.
It always stinks to lose
Staying the
that
same.
first one, but you know, it is the best of 3. We'll see if the reverse sweep happens here. I got faith in Luke, but I also got faith in Jackson, so who knows what's going to happen. Chat, who do you guys think is going to win? We got a lot of love for Luke in the chat.
2, 1, go!
People were wanting Jackson to avenge Hayden.
Jackson wants to avenge Hayden's blood. It does make me happy to see we have, you know, a lot of the same people in the same stuff. I'm hoping these guys will, you know, continue to play in more of our tournaments and continue to crush people. It's fun to see, you know, the more people play, the more names become more common.
Absolutely.
You know, you start to get fans that aren't just your friends. Like if you're watching a tournament and you've seen either of these guys play, it's very
Looks like
exciting.
in chat, Scoobert has arrived.
Yes.
Welcome, Scoob.
Scoobert is in the chat. So very even right now, 74 to 75. Lands the teleport. Luke very smartly goes to the bottom, avoids it. Double shields through. A
Ooh, great
sidestep
defense.
dodge.
Ooh.
Now we change scenes to Super Mario Brothers 3. Gotta love the changing background. Change of scenery. So even though there's a 40-50 percentage difference, it still looks like it's a very close battle. I mean, either of them could kill at this percent quite easily. Just like
And the
that.
first stock goes to Jixie.
Yes. So now we'll see what Jixie can do with this stock. How much percentage can he put on
I
before?
mean, even that 18 helps.
The death is inevitable at this point, right? Unless he gets a 3 stock, which isn't going to happen.
Ooh, staying with it,
Little
staying
attacks
with it.
there. Nice little grab. Deflects the bomb. Nice little grab.
Staying with it.
Oh, and almost,
Ooh,
almost
very
an SD
close
from
there.
Luke. Pulls it back.
Very
Hits him with the
close.
slap around.
So he got
Boom.
42 on him. 42 is pretty good.
That scared me for Luke there for a second. Oh my goodness, he almost missed the ledge.
That would have put it away.
Yeah, that would have been a very unfortunate SD for sure. So now we're back into the Super Mario Bros. I love this changing stage, man.
It's
I'm
pretty
a Mario
cool.
Bros fan. Apparently I wore the wrong shirt. If I would have worn any Zelda apparel, Legend of Zelda, I would have been right. But
Close. Ooh, that was a big move by Jixie there.
So Luke down to his last stock. Looking to turn it around here. Definitely a possibility. 69 damage, 80 damage. Gotta make quick work of this stock. We know he can do it. Boom, 102 just like that. Both trying to set themselves up, right?
They're taking their time, that's for sure.
That was
That's
almost
good.
a kill right there. On the very ledge of the arena. Oh,
Ooh,
another
just
close
not
line.
enough. Just not enough.
So
The
much
second
damage.
bomb.
He can't.
Ooh.
Oh, he goes through.
He
the
needs
third
it. That's
one.
big.
Shields through the third one. Will not die. Zelda refusing to go away peacefully.
Ooh, so close. Luke getting to a dangerous level. There it
That's
is.
going to be it. A great final between these two guys.
Awesome match there. Awesome match.
Congratulations to tournament champion Jixie. So before you guys leave, I got to give you guys your prizes. So, chat, we are going to go on great job to all the participants. Congrats to everyone
Yes.
who came out.
It was
So
a lot of fun.
That being said, chat, we're going to be off the air for about an hour, and then we'll be back on with our college tournament. So we'll see you guys very
Thanks for
soon.
watching, everybody. Hang out in the chat if you want, or catch us later.